On game nights in San Antonio, Spurs guard Gary Neal and his wife Leah arrive together at the AT&T Center. They navigate the long corridors leading to the team's locker room until it comes time to part ways.
Good luck. Love you.
And time for Gary Neal to go to work. The 26-year-old rookie has found his niche in the Spurs offense, helping spread the floor with his long-range shooting.
I think guys coming here sometimes are a little timid to take shots, and that's not him at all.
He provided us with a lot. Big shots, big plays. He's not afraid at all. So when he's hot or when he's feeling it, we're going to look for him.
How come he's been so effective?
Yeah, it's confidence. His confidence is extremely high, and he's one of the best shooters in the NBA. Coach Pop has basically told him, if you are open, shoot the ball.
I'm a guy that'll get in the gym and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. When you step up and you got an open three and you feel like, you know, I put the work in to make it, it's going to go in.
I didn't think he would be this courageous and shoot the ball as freely and not worry about it. Being able to step up and know this is your chance. If you don't do it, you're going to be back to ground zero.
Neal went from shooting Nerf balls as a toddler to sinking the winning basket for Aberdeen High School at the Maryland State Championships in 2000. At LaSalle University in Philadelphia, he was the Atlantic 10 Conference Rookie of the Year, averaging 19 points a game. By the end of his sophomore season, he had scored more than 1,000 points. But in July of 2004, while attending summer school after his sophomore year, Neal and a teammate were charged with raping a 19-year-old woman. Neal maintained his innocence and said the sex was consensual.
I didn't do anything wrong. You know, I didn't break the law. You know, I called my father, and you know, and we discussed it, and you know, it's just a situation where, you know, basketball wasn't important at the time. It was more of a, you know, this is real life. This is an allegation that we have to attack and we have to get to the bottom of.
Of course, the first thing I do is, and this is just the way we operate, I want to know the truth.
Gary's father, Gordon, bailed his son out of jail, and the former military policeman decided to hold his own trial the minute they got home, demanding from Gary the details of that night.
He got mad because his thing was, how can you think that I did this? Well, I had to explain to him, it's not that I think you did it, but I just need to hear your side. I just need to hear what happened. And he said he didn't do it, and it didn't happen. And from that day on, I said, well, we believe you. That's all we needed to hear.
In the wake of the allegations, LaSalle dismissed Neal from the team, and he left the school.
I wasn't playing basketball anywhere. I didn't have a scholarship. I was just Gary Neal, so I had to reinvent myself. And, you know, just going through that, it just made me a stronger person, you know, mentally and emotionally.
Early in 2005, as he awaited trial, he took out student loans and enrolled as a full-time student at Towson University, which was close to his family home outside Baltimore.
People don't know that Gary Neal was in the class, you know, but they read in the paper, you know, that Gary Neal is going to Towson University, and he's coming from LaSalle in that situation, and you hear those whispers, and they don't know that it's you, and you know, just having to endure that just makes you, you know, mentally tough.
Let's face it, it's a stigma.
Everything two hands, catch and finish, man.
Word of Neal's arrival on campus eventually reached Towson head basketball coach Pat Kennedy,
Open man, shot.
who met with Neal shortly before the start of the 2005 season and offered him a spot on the roster as a walk-on. He would be allowed to remain on the team depending on the outcome of his trial. On November 4, 2005, a jury acquitted Neal and his former teammate of all charges. Several weeks later, Neal played in his first college game in more than 20 months.
He did come out and hit his first 3 or 4 shots, and they were all threes. That I do recall. And so I guess at that point in time, we probably had the best walk-on in the country playing for us.
Neal received a scholarship his senior season and went on to become the 4th leading scorer in the country. He is one of only 3 players to score more than 1,000 points for 2 Division I teams.
It's kind of the ball, the boy, and the dream. I mean, this was a kid that had incredible determination and work ethic. He was going to make the NBA. I mean, it was just something that Gary was going to do.
When Neal graduated in 2007, he had a degree in history, but no NBA offers. The next 3 years, he played abroad in 3 countries. He led the Turkish League and Italian League in scoring.
Did you hear from any NBA teams? Any interest in you?
Nope.
Last spring, 48 hours after returning from a stint with a team in Malaga, Spain, the Spurs invited him to a tryout with about 20 other guards.
The coaches that were working me out really didn't know my name.
How'd you know that?
Because they said, "What's your name and where were you playing at last year?" And I thought to myself, I said, "Oh, it's no way I'm getting a call back. They don't even know my name."
What we really saw was that he could shoot the heck out of the ball.
R.C. Buford is the Spurs general manager.
If he hadn't made shots that weekend, he's probably back overseas playing someplace.
Instead, in July, just 2 days after his wedding, Neal was in Las Vegas playing for the Spurs Summer League team. The Neals had their honeymoon in Vegas, and Gary hit the basketball jackpot.
Out to Neal. And he hits.
He made 50% of his shots behind the arc, leading the Summer League in 3-point shots. He scored 25 points in the league finale, including knocking down 6 threes.
Neal, another 3. Oh, yeah!
Sometimes the shots fall, sometimes they don't. And, when I was in Vegas, they fell for me. That was huge.
We said, what the hell, and we guaranteed him on the spot and took a little bit of a chance that when the lights went on, he would still do what he was doing in the Vegas Summer League. Turns out that he's done even more than we would have expected.
So what the hell panned out?
It did. It doesn't always, but in this particular case, it did.
How long are you going to be happy playing a role here?
Forever. Why
Even
not?
if it's off the bench?
Do you think I'm better than Manu Ginobili?
What do you think?
No. So, of course I'm going to come off the bench behind Manu Ginobili. I have no problem doing that.
Like you playing too, man.
Nail down that first 3 real quick.
How unusual is this story? A 26-year-old rookie playing the way he's playing?
It's very strange. Usually it's if you find somebody to fit a role, they've been in the NBA and played on 2 or 3 or 4 teams, not someone who's been in Europe for that length of time, and all of a sudden is a heck of a player. There have been very few of them.
I couldn't have dreamed of being in a better situation on a better team. It's unbelievable how this just fell in my lap like this. This is amazing.